Afroman was crazy because the first time we had him, and when the stage was forward, I thought the kids were going to burn it down.
Really? All right, guys, we got another good episode here with a legend in the community, the owner of MCGRAW'S, Nick Powers. So thanks for being here, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Just want to kind of pick your brain. We're frequent flyers here. We come here.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
We don't probably couple too much, honestly.
We like this spot.
Rinse do, guys.
Yeah. This is one of those bars that you don't feel weird about coming on a Monday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those places that just feel like home. So
yeah. I could be here on that.
We accept all types.
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly. That's
it really
what's
is
nice
one of the
about
most
it.
diverse bars that you go into.
Yeah.
I appreciate
And
that.
especially, the events that you guys do. It's been that's something else to get into, like how you guys started doing a lot of the events. But I guess to start off with, a lot of people don't know, like, your background. So where did you grow up at?
I grew up, graduated from Cimarron High School. That's west of Dodge City.
Okay.
My dad farmed out there. Small community, 3A state or 3A school. Little high school football action. I wrestled. I didn't do anything the greatest, but I was just kind of mediocre.
Yeah, but you dabbled in everything.
I dabbled in everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty small school out in Western Kansas.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My dad farmed and ranched out by Dodge City. My grandpa is a 95-year-old farmer rancher that still farms, still ranches.
Wow.
Could outwork any of us.
Really?
Any day of the week.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just built different out there.
They are.
Well, it's like he's one in a million, I think.
That's awesome.
Actually, my dad's, in a short story, my dad was going through difficult times, I guess you would say. And my friends were like, you need to move up to K-State. Mark Bartell, a friend of mine, called me. He's like, we're tired of seeing you like this. You need to do something with your life.
Right.
And I was going to JUCO out there. And they said, well, we're living on the Gore. You need to move up. I was building fence on a weekend on a Saturday for a friend of ours that down south, Kelly Dowling.
And how old were you at the time?
I was, I would say I was 19.
Okay.
19. Yeah. And I had an F-350 flatbed, which this will come back into play later involving this place.
Sure.
I had an F-350 with a flatbed on it, hydro bed on it, and building fence, and I'm like, told one of my best friends, Scott Bogner, I'm like, we're going. He lived in Manhattan at the time, and I was like, let's do this. I'm going with you today. They had a room to go in for spring semester, 2000, been about 2001. It was 2002, and I had a bed and a shotgun and the box springs. I put my clothes in between the bed and the box springs.
That was your dresser.
That was my dresser. Well, that's how I hauled all my stuff because it was a flatbed pickup.
Yeah.
So then every time we'd move, it would take me one pickup load because I didn't have shit when
Yeah.
I moved to Manhattan.
It's easy, huh?
I was building fence that day for Kelly Dowling, and I think he wrote me a check for like $75, and that's all I had when I moved to Manhattan.
Really?
I had a check in my pocket, and that was it. I was like, I kissed my mom goodbye, and she's, well, good luck.
Yeah. Did they have any rebuttal against you deciding to come here? Did they try to talk you out of it, or?
Oh, a little bit, but I mean, I think that at the time they knew I had to do something because all I was doing was just sitting around and pondering what to do with my life.
Yeah, basic 19-year-old thought.
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
As every kid should be, because you're trying to figure out the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's when
100%.
everybody is telling you need to have it figured out.
Yeah. Like, I got the rest of my life to figure out.
Yeah,
I don't know what am I going to do in the next...
Like most of our parents don't have it figured out.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
So what
they
was
learn as much from us as we learn from them.
Exactly, yeah.
100%.
So what was your plan when you got to Manhattan, though?
At that point, it was Mark helped me get enrolled in school, and at that time I wanted to go into animal science business, and I was like, I'll go home and work for Grandpa, work for Dad, go back and help on the family farm, you know. But at that time, you know, there wasn't a lot to go back to support. Hey, I'm coming back. Can I have a job?
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess in short, one night I was I was DD for some friends of mine coming up here for a date dash in the Blue Hills, because you know how we have the other side.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
have dance
Sure.
parties and whatnot over there.
Events.
It was I think it was an AGR house party, and that's when I was bringing some friends up here. I come up Denison to Marlatte, down Tuttle. Never seen this shopping center in my life, and I still remember the first night I saw this place because it was late. It was probably 10 o'clock, and I looked over and I was like, "Wow, that's beautiful."
Yeah. So immediately.
I mean, at that time, it was called MCGRAW'S. It was MCGRAW'S before I even moved to Manhattan.
So this was already
yeah, this was an established business.
really, and it
Yeah.
was a bar at the time.
Yes.
And it
Okay.
was R.C. McGraw's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought you maybe came up with that name. That's why I was
No.
like, where did that name come from?
That's
'Cause,
when how much time do you have? There's so many stories that how this bar came into play, because before it was ever R.C. McGraw's, it was Kickers, and this was all one open bar.
Really?
Yeah. So it was.
Oh, it was
huge.
big. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and then in 2000, Doug Long bought the place and divided it in half, and which it was a great idea because he could have his events here. I think when it was Kickers, it was so big, and people would walk in and say, "Well, there may be 40, 50 people in here," but they're like, "Oh, it's dead."
Oh,
yeah.
On to the
Sure.
next.
I
So
could
I think
see
they were
that.
trying
That
to
makes sense.
tighten,
Yeah, make it look
busier.
poppin'. Yeah.
Make it look like it's
So there was no separation between the Blue Hills room and R.C. McGraw's. Dang. Okay, so it was all one.
So
Kickers.
this was all Horseshoe Bar, which I would love to see pictures of it because I've never got to see the way it
Yeah, the way it
originally
was.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe the stage was up there, and then pool tables over there. And then that cooler wasn't there. So
Yeah, how-
it
like
was
how it
all
is now.
just all open.
Huh.
Ice coolers.
Wow.
That's how they kept everything cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
so-
be kind of cool to see how it was back then.
So do you know what year Kickers came about?
I want to say early 90s, and that was
Okay.
back in when you had the ranch. The Ranch Saloon was where Ramblers was. Do you guys ever
Yep.
remember
The,
Ramblers?
the old Ramblers on
Yeah,
24.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that was like back in the 90s, that was the 90s country days, people
Sure.
line dancing. So you had, I think, probably bushwhackers at the time. You had a lot of competition as far as country bars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
so-
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
But last place
like
you could
Bob
smoke
D-Ball
cigarettes.
had the ranch. Like, I shouldn't be the one you guys are talking to. There's some more historic guys in this town
Yeah.
that you would call legends.
Yeah.
To me, they were. And,
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people in this community that know
Sure.
a lot more than I do. You could probably invite them on. You could keep them going for hours.
You're right, you're right.
Because they know it all.
So
Yeah.
I guess back to your story, you were a DD for your friends, you pass
Yeah.
by the shopping center, and you
So,
see it's already R.C. McGraw's.
And mind you, come back into play with that F-350
Yeah.
flatbed.
So you were driving that
Big
at the
truck,
time? Mm-hmm.
big truck. Yeah. I come down, pull into Kimball, pull into the shopping center. Left front tire on my pickup comes off the truck and goes bouncing through this parking lot. What? And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And it's like picking up speed.
Yeah.
And just like probably
insane.
dead center of that front door, there's a catering van parked there.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, it says Ramblers Steakhouse and Catering on the side of it. And I'm like, so the wheel, when it's not just the wheel, and it's tire, wheel, everything.
Yeah.
And it smoked that van.
Really?
And at the time, go back, my dad was going through financial problems. We didn't have no money. And I'm like, the next day I meet up with Doug, the owner, and I said, Doug, I don't think I have insurance on this truck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's shit.
Yeah.
Is there any way that I can just pay you in cash? I'll get a loan and get this taken care of. No problem. So go back to Dodge, help get money to pay for the wreck.
Yeah.
And then I told Doug, I was like, I'm gonna need a job.
And he was the one who owned R.C. McGraw's?
in which at the time he had this place. He had Ramblers Walmigo.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, he had
gotcha.
several places, and then catering, which he told me he's like, I don't really have any bar positions at the time, which he always would want female bartenders.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to get customers, right?
Yeah. So I ain't gonna stick some dude behind my bar. I'll put him. I started working for him in catering, which was a blessing because I got to meet a lot of people in town.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, because you would go to different places.
I mean, kind of what you guys do is what you're great about is marketing. When you meet people, that's how the
Networking for sure.
The networking side.
Yeah, even if you just meet somebody and like they say something that kind of clicks in
I
your
said
head.
marketing, networking.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool though. So you started doing catering, and then after that, so did you start like
Doug,
working more
at the
alongside
time,
him, or?
As I started to hang out with Doug, he kept saying, I want to get out, which he never has gotten out.
Yeah, always keeps a little hand in there.
He still owns Cock and Bull. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That thing's been there forever too, right?
Yeah, which will come into play with Doug and I. He let me buy, or he let me. I bought him for 40% of this business.
Yeah.
And then we ended up taking on Cock and Bull.
Yeah.
So I call it the divorce. Was I wanted McGraw's, he wanted Cock and Bull, so that was the divorce.
Really?
Yeah.
But it was a mutual one, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Okay, that's good. Well, I guess.
Well, it's gotten better over the years.
So how long's it been since you guys separated and you just took McGraw's then?
Timeline is 02 I started working here. 05 I bought in for 40%. And then at the end of 13 is when we started seeing financial problems. And so I told my banker, I was like, I think I can make it at McGraw's if you want to switch this up and split us up.
Yeah.
And he helped me do that.
Okay, that's good.
Nice.
It pays to know some people who can move some things around.
Yeah,
for you.
okay, no problem. We can do this.
Yeah. So it's basically been like what, since 13, 14?
End of
that year?
13, 14.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Did because I know during COVID, it messed like the whole bar business
It
up.
was crazy. I just say like our grandparents would say we lived through the Great Depression.
Yeah,
Well, and
right.
I know that was totally worse.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not
exactly.
saying anything.
Yeah.
But we could say, well, we lived through COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Because in 20, 30 years, people are going to look back and be like, "That's crazy how it all."
Yeah.
But it was like it was like normal to us in the middle of it.
Exactly.
You can't go into anywhere without a mask. 6 feet. You can only have like a certain amount of people in a business.
Yeah.
So I know that for bars, I bet it was just way worse.
Everybody, we're just like, well, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? And during a lot of that time, I didn't shut down. I didn't regulate.
I know,
was
yeah.
cool.
Because
I
we
was
were here.
like-
Yeah, I guess I was.
I
yeah.
got 2 kids at home that need
was.
to eat. I got
Yeah,
sure.
I got bills. I'm like,
Was
I
that
hate to
like
sound
a?
like Trump, but it's like less regulations.
I know,
Like,
yeah.
open the gates. 'Cause
Was
you
that-
can't do this.
Was that a tough decision for you to make? Like to worry about the backlash that you get for that, or were you just like?
It's just a
let's just-
constant worry.
Yeah, every day pretty
Constantly
much. So it's like,
worrying.
what do you
It's
want to
like,
worry about?
What's going to happen next?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
How
But,
long
yeah.
is it gonna go on? And yeah, we were here. I was here like 3-4
Yep.
times a week, I think.
Yeah. But at that point, you're like, well, the world's gonna end. We might as well go have a drink at McGraw's, huh?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, we had a good time. So
Yeah.
that was
So
cool.
I mean, we're here a lot, and like on random days, you'll just be here, kind of mingling around, hanging with people, and
That's my life.
exactly, yeah. So I mean, has that always been a thing? Like it's not more of
I
like you
think
want
that's
to
how
manage
I
it. But,
gained so much respect and friendships.
Yeah,
for sure. I wouldn't say respect.
but it is because people see you going through the bar and they're like,
Yeah.
that's Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to be recognized.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you're a nice guy. You're easy to talk to,
Yeah.
and you're always welcoming. And
Well,
Yeah.
Corey, like I said earlier, I think I had $75 when I moved here. So
Yeah.
it's like, what is it? Nobody wants to deal with an asshole.
Yeah. You learn how to
Yeah.
be humble right out the get-go.
Oh,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I grew up, one side, they were farmers, ranchers. And then in Dodge City, my great-grandfather had the Golden Q. So I have both sides of the ag business
Yeah.
and farm business, which
Yeah.
fits pretty good for
Sure.
Manhattan.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. Because we're like,
Down-home people.
yeah, it really
yeah.
is. Like you have the, 10 minutes away, there's farms, and then, this is more college city kind
Yeah,
of.
college.
Exactly.
But even McGraw's is kind of out of the Aggieville kind of area. So
That's
Going
what
back,
I
dude,
like.
I was like, back in the day, I would love to have a bar in Aggieville.
really?
But that was back, and I'm not saying it's not booming now. It's just like it's scary. It's the the parking, and it's everything that those guys, and I have so much respect for a lot of those guys down there because they were my heroes. It was the Billy Porters and the, you know, Mike Trouts and the Pete Andersons and Greg Gilman. They lived through the glory years.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Exactly.
And I was on the outskirts trying to get people to come in, and that was where a lot of the events came into play.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you draw people out of Aggieville?
Yeah.
That's very seldom that you can, but if you can get a little bit of it, that everything helps.
So did you start doing the events like bike night,
midget wrestling?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, midget wrestling like that.
And then concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have people that you like sat with and brainstormed about like what you could do for them, or did
A lot
you just
of it
like?
was just, I mean, it was okay. Let's go back because the bike night started with Flint Hills Freedom Ride. That was you know who Mark Nooch is, which was the Horse Soldier Bourbon. They were leading up, like Cadillac Corey Dean from B1047, K-Rock. They were looking for a bar to go. They were leading up to have this bike run that went across the Flint Hills, and it was supposed to be like 9 Wednesdays leading up to the end of the, like, I think it had been about this time of year they did this Freedom Ride. And you want to talk about, like, they attracted riders from motorcycles from all over. I can't remember how many bikes they had. It was huge. You pull into Wamego after they'd done the ride, and huge American flag, and Mark Nooch had wrote a book, was it 12 Strong, which they turned into a movie. That's kind of where how it was so big.
Yeah.
They were the first guys in Afghanistan.
Okay, yeah.
And they all could ride horses. I don't think they all could ride horses, but they all had to ride horses.
Yeah.
That was their own deal.
Yeah.
But that was the event where that brought in bike nights because they were trying to promote the Flint Hills Freedom Ride. And then I just kept carrying it on because it was just like it started off 80, 90, over 100 bikes.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to talk about cool watching bikes roll in here.
Yeah.
And then just lined up. You
It
guys
is
have all
neat.
seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know?
It is cool.
Pretty cool.
It's super cool.
And everybody, I mean, you come here on a Wednesday, there's bikes all outside.
And everyone's always cool with each other and everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just it's a great space.
It's just to flex your bikes on people, to show off what you got. It's
Right.
pretty cool, yeah.
and then pool tournaments. Are you still doing the pool
Yeah,
tournament?
that always starts off in the fall.
Cool. Yeah.
That's
Need to
smart
get into
because
that.
what bike night lasts like the summer and
My
stuff.
wife hated it.
Really?
Because bike nights would end, and she's like, "Oh, pool league starts."
Oh, because then you have to be
Always something going
On
on.
them Wednesday nights,
Yeah.
it was. Oh, well, sorry, honey. The pool league starts in the fall.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all year you kind of got events and stuff. But that's what separates MCGRAW'S from the Ville, basically.
It makes
Because
you
the
want to
Ville is
come
just, there's 20 bars there, and it's just like.
I don't want to piss off the Ville if they see this.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends.
No,
out
but
there.
it's just that you don't need events and stuff like that when you're in the Ville because it's just the life. It's like
Absolutely,
the
it's
life
where to
of
be.
being the bars.
Yeah. But at our age, I feel like, I mean, I'm kind of past that stage. So when you live in Manhattan, and all there was Aggieville, like, because when I go there, we went there a couple weekends ago, and it's like, you just feel kind of old. Like, it's
we are
college
getting
kids.
old.
We
I'm
are.
older than
So,
you.
I know, but still, it's like, man, it's like, so it's great to have these outskirt spots where you're not surrounded by just college kids and stuff like
talk
that.
about old bars is like Bobby T's. That was that.
Yep.
I wanted to see the business that Bobby T's was drawing.
Yeah.
Now, I felt like we'll never be that, and yes, we can be that successful sometimes, but it's like, man, they were drawing in good business for game days. That's
right.
was always the goal, to like more TVs the better, I guess.
Yeah.
That was cool about Bobby T's that was the place to watch games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went there once. It was similar. It was in a shopping kind of strip there.
Yeah, the west side
but it
of
was kind of
town.
tucked, it was tucked away a little bit
Or
more.
west. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It was over
It's
there in
not-
Candlewood.
Yeah, it's not open anymore, no?
No, they
I
closed a
didn't
long
think so.
time ago. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what else do you have going on? Is it just RC McGraw? Is that your full time?
That and catering.
The
I still do
catering, right? Yeah.
And it's I travel a lot to go help my dad or my grandpa.
Farming.
My grandpa still ranches, and
Yeah.
if I'm not doing that, I'm going down to my mom's. So she's always got a list of stuff to do.
Yeah,
Sure,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
But
Yeah, so you stay pretty busy then.
well, and going back to COVID was there was nothing going on here, so I was shut down for 2 months. So luckily, knowing how to build fence and whatnot, there was a guy that bought 900 acres down south. So that gave me stuff to do.
Right.
I have a friend here that he's just retired. His name's John Pope. He'll be like, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. They keep me busy.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, definitely during those times.
Yeah.
So I'm not sitting on a bar stool.
Yeah, that's good. That's
There you
good.
go. Especially during that time, you want to stay busy as much as you can.
Yeah.
So,
If I owned a bar, I feel like I'd be sitting on a bar stool quite often.
Probably, yeah.
It's tough to find that middle barrier.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
I'm
gotta,
sure.
yeah,
Gotta get out of
I gotta
here.
go do something. I need some sunshine.
Yeah.
So I know you recently redid the whole back area.
Yeah.
Like completely
Which-
redid it.
That's awesome.
The whole idea came from we were gonna do just a wall, like a cedar fence wall back there, and then he builds walls out at his place all the time. If you look on that one refrigerator system.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a rock wall. That's where the idea came from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine that night, and he's like, John's helping you with this? You're going to have rock walls out here. And I was like, bing!
There you go. Yeah.
And that's when we started building.
Yeah, so how long did that take?
We started it April 5th, 2 years ago. That'd been 2021. And it's just kind of a building as it goes.
Yeah.
John helped me build that pergola. He came up with the idea, like, I'm going to build a pergola out here, and holy shit, he went to town on it.
Yeah, and it's nice. It just literally, like, every little thing just adds to the vibe out there.
Yeah.
It's perfect, man.
And I think it's one of them deals where you'll never be done building it.
No,
Sure,
no,
yeah.
you're just going to keep
It's
putting
like-
sprinkles here
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah, like, how do we make this better? And
Yeah.
and it's like an attraction for people to come see.
Oh,
Definitely.
patios are like the
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. Patios.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm here with my friends, every one of my friends smokes cancer sticks. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're out there every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
it's really cool to have that space where you get the TV out
Corey,
there and the fireplaces. It's awesome.
Corey, I was right dead center of when the smoking ban came into play. And,
Oh, sure.
And I think it was 2009.
Yeah.
And I was not for it. I'm like, oh God,
Yep.
people can't smoke in bars. We're gonna be closed
Yeah.
in
Sure.
a month.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. His last name's Stan, but I hated it. We would go down to city commission meetings and like
Fight against
fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He wants to take us all this bars out.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, all he wanted to do was make things better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was I loved it.
Yeah.
If I ever see the guy, shake his hand.
Yeah, because the amount of people you think you're losing from not smoking here, you're gaining like way more people.
Oh hell yeah! Because you'd go home, and I remember taking my clothes off in the garage.
Yeah.
Just 'cause you just
Yeah,
stunk.
sure.
Yeah.
Or you go to a casino.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You don't
Yeah.
recognize it
Yeah.
until you're out of it, and then you go back into it.
So in 2009, did you have that little outside patio up front?
That was like Doug came up with that idea when that all happened.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
like
That
when
makes
you're saying
sense.
2009,
Which is
when-
nice.
That's when we put that in.
Yeah, that's
And then
nice
they
that
were
they had
saying,
a
like,
spot to
20
go.
feet from any entrance.
Oh,
there. I mean, they were trying to regulate everything.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah.
anything's better than nothing. I
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that we don't
Yeah.
do it anymore.
Yeah. So, as far as marketing for MCGRAW'S that you've done, I know the tables were a pretty smart thing to kind of bring in business.
Yeah.
Where did that idea come from, the whole table thing?
It's all people that have come to me.
Okay, yeah.
Stan Fisher put the table thing together. He does this everywhere. He'll just go to a bar and he said to me, I looked, you're one of the more popular bars in Manhattan. So I'm like, sweet.
Damn right.
Yeah. As long as you're not screwing any of these people over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I didn't make any money on it. It was
Yeah.
just the tabletops.
And that you're literally it helps you bring business. It helps
Yeah.
the people that are owning these businesses bring business, and
Yeah,
then
it's
whoever's.
Like, I know
cool
that
deal.
guy. I know that guy. I
Yeah.
know that guy.
We got one on
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and
Yeah.
it's just local people trying to help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Super
pretty
neat
cool.
deal. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. And
Yeah.
it's a good opportunity, I think, for all of these businesses and your business as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's super neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think is there any next big thing that you see for in the future of McGraw's?
Try and stay open.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I
You
don't
seem
know.
pretty good at it though.
There's so many things going on in this world. You're just like, oh shit, what are they
never
going to hit
know.
us with next?
Yeah, right. You
Yeah.
never know what's
Especially
gonna,
right now.
What's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
The COVID thing was scary enough, but I guess if we live through that, we can live through anything.
There you go,
like,
yeah.
Come on, yeah. This place is good. It's never going down.
I hope not.
And I think you got a lot of loyal customers, you know, that'll just always come here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like enough of them that you'll be good.
And
Yeah.
it's, I wish I knew everybody's name, but it's tough.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Like I said, whenever I was in there,
Hey, you guys.
yeah.
Everyone's like, Nick, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
That's how it always seemed when I would see you. Everybody's trying to talk to you at the same,
Is,
Oh, man, yeah.
Like, I can't remember your name. What? And then be like, well, you were kind of intoxicated the last time we
Yeah.
talked. God damn it, I'm sorry. Shit happens.
I
Yeah,
feel like that's how it
exactly.
is with me anywhere I go. Like if I'm
Yeah.
at a bar or something and people are
Yeah.
like, hey, and I'm like, I don't know.
We probably were drunk.
That's exactly how it goes. I'm like, yeah, I was probably not in the right mind, but good to meet you.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. So you had, were you always doing food when you kind of came about? Like, was it just catering? Because you have sort of a
Right.
restaurant too. I mean, it's a bar and grill.
When I came here at first, that was the kitchen.
Okay.
There was a pizza oven in there, and like we would bring taco meat from Ramblers up here, and it would cheap tacos
Yeah.
on Thursday nights, which we've always kind of kept that
Oh,
tradition
yeah.
going.
Good tacos.
Yeah. I had the wings here. Pretty good.
Right on. Good.
Because I think it's nice to have the bar and grill. I mean, people come here for lunch,
Oh, yeah.
dinner,
Yeah,
you
people
know.
literally
More the
want to come
attraction.
here for dinner.
Yeah.
And then have some drinks afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
It was one of the game days recently, and I think Dustin heard it. Somebody goes, "This is probably some of the best bar food that I've had in a long time."
Oh, yeah.
So it's,
yeah.
that's
it's
all
good.
due to them back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, even my brother, like, there's a bunch of restaurants in Manhattan, but sometimes he'll just be like, let's just go eat at McGraw's.
Yeah.
You know, like, just plan a whole dinner here. So.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
yeah.
did you add on their
That
kitchen
was
or?
after Doug and I became partners. He had a business or a restaurant in Wamego that was closing down, Trade Winds.
Oh, okay.
And we bought all the equipment out of that, and just kind of as the years gone by, we've expanded shit, we're talking 20 years where the equipment's gotten old and
Sure.
we had to replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Over
the
time.
life expectancy, and that's one thing this place is it's a money pit.
So you're not making a whole lot of money.
No, it's like what is your legacy? Well, I didn't make any money, but I tried to take care of a place as it got
Yeah.
older throughout the years to make it work.
That's-
Yeah, you kept it alive and you kept it still feeling young.
You
Yeah.
provide a place for people
AC
to come.
units are breaking down.
Sure.
They're like,
Yeah.
There's always something. Huh?
10,000? Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you take,
And
do you
the-
take hot checks?
And the amount of workers you have to keep this place going. Because I didn't realize you had people like coming in the mornings to clean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
should say that's what keeps this place going.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Jamie,
Oh,
that's a soldier in itself.
Oh, yeah,
dude,
she's
every
great.
time we come here, we're like, please tell me Jamie's here.
Yeah, she's
swear
great.
to God.
She's like iconic.
And she runs that bar, man. She gets
Dude,
it done. She makes
her
sure.
alone, it's packed crazy, and she'll still make sure she takes care of you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, she is literally, we will always say that she's the best bartender that we've ever had. So, first
I mean,
of all-
that bar will be full,
Yeah.
and she'll be the only one back there, and she'll be serving, making
Yeah.
drinks for
the
everyone eating.
yeah,
and
for the,
she
the
is
girls that are bringing drinks too. I'm
she's
like,
on top of
yeah,
it.
she is. She's
She
definitely.
doesn't want even me back there. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Get out of
yeah.
here.
No, she's amazing.
Get.
She's amazing.
But yeah, she's.
You guys got a pretty good crew though, so
Yeah,
But you
it's
so how?
I stole Jamie from Cock and Bull, and I didn't steal her.
Right, yeah. So she was there before here.
She was at Cock and Bull for years
Mm-hmm.
and a kick-ass bartender there. And like we were losing Eli Sprinkle, and he was old bartender from back when, and I was like, oh shit, who can handle the bar on Thursday night, because that was our biggest night.
Yeah.
And Jamie happened to be eating in Vista on a random day during lunch. Like, would you mind coming up to McGraw's sometime and bartending? Like, it wouldn't take away from, because at that time, Cock and Bull would be busy on Friday nights, like piggyback off each other.
Yeah.
Work there and
Sure.
So,
yeah.
And then it was like she finally started slowly coming to
Yeah.
Friday nights, we get her Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm on to the right side now.
Yeah, no, that's cool though. You got to have a good team to keep things going. So that so you have the Blue Hills room. How often does that get used? That's mainly for event space and like a conference area type thing.
I mean, smaller weddings, it'll seat about 125, 150 comfortably. But we've done events in there for plus 200.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We actually did our wedding here, and that was, I think, number right now as it stands now is 420. That was between the two sides.
Wow. That's awesome.
So yeah, it was, and
That's cool.
on rodeo weekend, Call Valley. That weekend.
Even I think I remember in my apartment, I got something put on my windshield, and it was like a college get together thing, but I don't know, it was some like white tea party, but it was at the Blue Hills.
Oh yeah.
Like they even do like
any event, any another event was over there.
Yeah, I got you.
Until you have a shooting and there's like 60, 70 rounds go off in the parking lot. Oh, that was a great.
Is that
morning.
what it
Did
was?
that happen?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And what I was told was they weren't even guests of the party.
Wow.
They were in a road rage event, but don't quote me.
Right.
And they ended up in this parking lot, and they circled in, and then on their way out, just lit it up.
Really?
I wake up in the morning, and it's Nick. You need to get to McGraw's as soon as possible.
That's crazy.
That was not my best day because I mean, little circles out on that parking lot, just everywhere.
Oh, wow.
And they had every entrance blocked, and I think it was fake Patty's Day that weekend.
Oh, that
It
makes
was real Patty's Day, and
Yeah.
they made a point out of my ass, and I was like, okay, no more dance parties.
Yeah,
There
that
you
does
go.
suck. You have to pick it, but at the time, you know, you can't see the future like seeing that.
Yeah, you don't
What
know.
year was that?
I want to say, what would that have been? 14?
Oh, okay,
14,
gotcha.
15?
Damn, that's
Something
crazy.
like
Yeah, I never heard about that. But
Yeah. That's good.
yeah,
No, I heard about
And
it.
it-
It didn't keep me away. No, it's a
Oh,
great
no, it's still
place.
coming
And
back.
that's
We
one
still-
thing I was scared about. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh shit, you hear about shootings in North Topeka or wherever, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, and you don't
Sure.
want to become that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The bar didn't last because they couldn't get people to come in.
Yeah.
Nah,
But
this
then-
is a good spot.
Then
Yeah.
that's what McGraw's is the regulars.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
That you can't support a bar like this without your regulars.
Oh,
They're here
yeah.
almost every day.
Yep.
of the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are people who are religious about coming to McGraw's.
Yeah.
You know, so
Which is great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that's how you know you're doing something right.
You can't keep a place alive without them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like I feel like you have enough people that come here regularly that I feel like you could get through.
Yeah.
Anything.
That's
And
what gets you through COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got the karaoke lovers because it's karaoke night.
That
every
is fun,
Thursday.
too.
Yeah,
Karaoke
even just to
is
watch
a
people
fun
do
night.
it, you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty fun. So
Yeah,
if
that's
you're
super
not getting
fun.
out there, so
Yeah, I love that you got the pool tables, you got the darts, because it gives something extra to do while you're hanging around. You know, I mean, you're not just standing around just drinking. You know,
Yeah.
like, so
Aaron,
that's cool.
Like you talk about events and whatnot, and the dance floor, and
Yeah.
what we're sitting on. That stage right there was actually right about 20 feet up from that.
really.
And we pushed it back when we had Buck Cherry. So
Oh yeah, because
That was
didn't-
cool.
Did like Afroman come here?
yeah,
or
we
something?
Yeah,
had
dude.
Afroman twice.
How do you get some of
That's
these
crazy.
folks?
Well, that was another story. Was Richard Hogan with Hogan Entertainment? I got hooked up with him through Andy Van Meter, and he's like, he was from out by Hayes, and he goes, he had like a place in Hayes, a place in Salina, and he was looking for a place in Manhattan to do a stretch down through here with concerts. And I said, hell yeah, I'm in. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wanted to do
Yeah.
that. I wanted to attract more and more people to
Sure,
McGraw's.
yeah.
And I think one of our first concerts together was Earl Dibbles Jr.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I had no idea who that was.
Right. Yeah, sure.
It's big that like 1 year.
He was underground dude.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I got or Richard Hogan was like, I got the tickets. I'll make sure they're there. And it was just kid after kid after kid. Like,
And you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
Wake
awesome.
up, put a dip in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big. I would, especially out in the small
And
towns.
there's
so.
like 600 kids in here that night. I was like, what the
That's
hell
crazy.
is going on?
I've seen how packed it gets for like midget wrestling, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude,
Oh,
it's
man, it
crazy.
gets
Midget
jam-packed
wrestling is
in
always
here.
big. I always say you got to see it once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never
exactly.
been to that, but my brother's been to almost every one, I bet. So,
Right.
yeah, he loves
Right.
it.
I have a friend, Dennis Cook. He's front row center. He's like, you got like 5 seats for me or what?
Yeah. do you still do that?
Oh yeah.
Is it like
I try to do it every 6 months.
Okay, so yeah, that way it's
Cool.
yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Afroman, we did Buck Cherry. Like I said, we've done there in Watson's. Cody Johnson did David Allen Coe.
Dang.
I had
that's
basically
awesome.
had to carry David Allen Coe off the stage.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like, he was older.
I love it.
He
I
was
love
older
it.
at the time then, and he's
Yeah.
older now. But,
Yeah.
And he looks at me. He's like, "Did I do a good show for you?" I was like,
Yeah.
and I think the night before he like fired his son. Like,
Really?
Like, so
Oh,
it was
my
just
goodness.
him up there on a bar stool,
Damn.
and his wife's doing a tambourine. I'm like, what the hell?
Really?
People were like, "We came here to see a show. This is not a show."
That would still kind of be cool to
It
like.
was cool.
Because it's like an intimate thing there. It's
Yeah.
not like
what they
a.
say about David Allen Coe is he doesn't play a lot of his own music. He just kind of it's not
Yeah.
like his old stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But trying to think other artists we've had.
And they all went through that guy that you know who.
That's what a lot of it was.
Yeah.
And some of it's through me, the local stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because I'm surprised not more
Mickey
like.
Gilly. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Who?
Mickey Gilly, like Gilly's Bar and Grill in Texas.
I don't know.
He's passed away now, but that was fun to do his show. 'Cause
Okay, yeah.
the stories of those old country guys, because he's talking about back in the day. Oh, he saw all the old guys,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But we do like a Beatles show.
Oh, cool.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
I've been
saw
to
that.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I've been to
came
that.
in for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
We all
That was actually really cool.
We have that coming up again in November
Oh, okay.
17th.
Same people. They just kind of tour around. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm surprised you don't have more like local up and coming artists try and come here and do shows here. Do you have kids that come ask you? Or
Yeah,
anything?
do that. But then it's hard to do all the time because then you have games, you have
Yeah.
True.
and then you have your crowd in here that's just trying to eat. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so much going on.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
you
true.
And this room is so loud when people are just trying to talk and have a conversation.
Especially with like live the
Yes,
drums and
yes.
everything. Yeah, it does
It's-
get pretty
it's,
intense.
It's hard to be selective on what
That's-
you can and can't
yeah,
do.
That's nice though. You keep it family friendly quite a bit,
Yeah.
but then you still have those events and it
Yeah.
gets pretty rowdy, which is cool. You know, I think it's like you said, you don't want to have 3-4 concerts a week because then
Yeah.
it would just be
It wouldn't
you'd
be
be
as
pushing away
nice.
a lot of people probably.
I remember, and this is you guys are going to be like, what? I don't remember that, but we had Tech N9ne here.
I think I
heard about
might
that.
have heard about that.
Yeah.
And it was during Country Stampede, and you have all these regulars in here, and you have
They're probably like, what the heck?
what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I could see that.
So he did a concert here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty neat.
I remember Richard and I owed him like 18.5, and these big dudes are like standing there. I'm like, I hope we clear the door. These guys are gonna
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
We owe
Though.
them a lot of money.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though.
is
Especially
cool.
like he's from Kansas City, so
Yeah,
that's
people
pretty cool.
know. who
So
it
you
is.
get to meet all of the artists that come in.
Yeah,
So-
Tech was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Afroman was crazy because the first time we had him, and when the stage was forward, and I'm standing there was a wall behind the stage. I'm standing back there leaning against the pool table, and this place, I thought the kids were gonna burn it down.
Really?
Because he's late. I'm like, I'm calling him and like, man, where are you at? And he's like, man, we're trying to get there. We're at Walmart getting some tweezers. And I'm like, what? Tweezers? Kids are like wanting their money back.
Oh, no.
Like, getting pissed.
How late was he?
Oh, probably an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's where it's
And
getting scary.
they're wanting to go to a show, and then they're probably going to go to Aggieville.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, get this show going.
Yeah.
And go.
Dang.
And
man.
so he finally rolls in, and like minivan, white Dodge Caravan, little trailer on the back, and he's
Heck yeah.
got his 2-head guitar when he pulled it out, but I mean, just smoke rolls out.
Really?
And he's like, "What's up, bro?" Like, man, just go in there and tell them that you're here.
Right, yeah, get up
and
there.
then, and then you can get ready.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay," and he gets up and he gets on stage and he's like, "I'll be right back, man. We got to get right. We'll be back there. We're going to see a hell of a show."
Dude, that's pretty cool. I bet they went crazy after they saw him.
Oh my God, that was like, okay, phew.
Yeah,
we're good.
Dang, that's cool though that you get to see like the behind the scenes. Like, because when people come in here to see the show, they just see them doing it. But it's cool that you kind of get to see the whole process.
Yeah.
Although it's annoying
Like,
sometimes, I bet.
Yeah, Vinnie Paul from his brother was Diamond Dallas Page,
I know
Yeah.
that.
and Alcohol and Ass. Those guys played here. Oh God, what was the name of the band? But I'll think of it. But Vinnie Paul is a famous drummer, and his hands, he has arthritis in his hands, and he wanted to go down to eat at Coco Bolo's because he'd heard about Coco Bolo's.
Yeah.
And so I drop him off, and it's the whole band, and I have to go and pick him up after about an hour, and Vinny gets in my truck, and he's like, "God damn, my hands are killing me." He's like, "Some dude just shook my hand in there, about tore my hand off," and he's got to come up here and play a show.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
So, a couple days go by. A friend of mine, Mike Simmons, he's like, yeah, I think at the time he worked for Coors. He's like, "Dude, I got to meet Vinnie Paul."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where'd you meet Vinnie Paul at?" He's like, "Coco Bolo's." I shook his hand. I was like, "I know." You about killed me. You're the dude.
The whole thing.
That's funny.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I didn't realize you had so many like of those artists that are like kind of pretty legendary. Like
We went,
Afroman.
They are,
we
really,
went
yeah.
through a
It's
spell there. Like it was like back to back to back.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It was wild time.
Just jam packed.
Because I bet anywhere Afroman goes, if he sings Colt 45, the whole place
Oh
is
my God.
lighting up, dude.
And we brought Colt 45 in for that.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty cool.
actually did.
That's cool.
Oh, man. Cool. So, so you've got the catering, you've got the Blue Hills room,
That's
you've
what
got
helps us.
RCs.
Yep.
Catering does good.
The catering helps us cash flow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I say that when the bar's not, doing so well, it's helpful.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you ever see yourself branching out into more bars or any other ventures?
Always thought about that, but from what I've seen in the past, when you open up multiple locations, it's just tough.
Yeah.
Especially
I
Manhattan, maybe.
I can't run one right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You're busy enough as it is. Yeah.
So I have no free time as it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
So when you first saw the place, did you ever envision yourself running it?
No.
Or did it just kind of happen?
I mean, I just fell in love with the people.
Yeah.
When I first started working here, it was kind of like an asshole mentality. Roadhouse. Like, how do you turn a roadhouse around and turn it into a friendly bar that people want to go to?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's kind of where I was. And I have an open personality to just go through. Life sucks going through with yourself. Why can't you just go through it with a lot of people?
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
And it's fun to say that you're not rich, but you're rich with friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's serious though,
Yeah.
right there, honestly.
This is really a great place to go. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, I find it family friendly. I've
yeah.
brought my
Yeah.
family here.
Yeah,
We've
there's-
had dinner,
yeah.
and
Weddings,
it's awesome.
Anniversaries,
Yeah.
anything.
'Cause
I've seen a wedding on this dance floor. I don't think it lasts.
But hey, come on in. But I mean, being out back, people bring like a dog or something, you know,
Yeah.
and then, you know, I've seen kids in here, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just that bar that's so universal.
I try not to get the dogs inside.
Yeah, no,
Which
yeah, I've
is-
never
yeah,
seen
that's
it
good.
inside, but, you know, out back.
A whole nother problem.
Because
No,
that's-
yeah. Dogs outside's fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I'm not saying there's anything bad with it. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's a big problem.
But it's the
Yeah.
perfect vibe for out back. It's just
Yeah.
like hanging out in the
Exactly.
backyard of your house or something.
Yeah.
You got the fire pits, you got the lights, you got everything like that.
My
so.
dog she gets pissed at me if I don't bring her up here in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
She's got to get a little bacon, and this,
Oh, okay.
this is her spot.
Yep,
Yeah.
gotcha. So do you usually come here every morning then?
Usually, if I'm
Okay.
not out of town.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do the deposits and check out, see what's going
Oh
on
yeah,
for the day.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
make
makes
sure
sense.
everything's running smooth.
Yeah, there's
then.
probably so many little things that you have to do to keep this place going that nobody realizes. Like,
And that's why I have good people.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's hard to find nowadays. I mean, any business you have, it's hard to
You're
find good
constantly
people.
looking for help.
Yeah.
Right now is kitchen help, or your waitresses. There's 3 or 4 of them pregnant, and one of them's getting married. It's like,
So-
what just happened?
Yeah, exactly. All at once.
Constantly,
Yeah, exactly.
constantly going through that. Yeah.
For one thing and another, everything works out.
Yeah, it always does. And I mean,
That's
it
good.
seems like it has been so far because, like, anytime we hear McGraw's, it's all respect. Everybody loves this place.
Oh, yeah.
It's a religious thing.
Yeah.
RC McGraw's. So
Emotionally, it's tough some days because you don't. To hear that's great. It's just
yeah.
like you can go through the Facebook pickups or pick-ons. You know, it's just
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Is that the way everybody feels?
yeah, no, it really is.
It's a constant worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, from word of mouth, anything I ever hear about McGraw's, it's always that
yeah.
love and respect.
I was in Topeka at the Brass Rail, and I was talking to the owner there, and I was telling him how I was from Manhattan. He's like, "What's your favorite bar down there?" I was like, "RC McGraw's," and he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I love that spot." He's like, "If I'm in town, that's where I'm at."
Yeah,
so,
sweet.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
So
And that's cool because a lot of the bars are getting harder and harder to find. And you get out west, there is not a lot of bars out there. So
Yeah.
it's like,
I bet, and they're mostly like the hole in the wall kind of.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
was back home last week cutting corn, and I was like, I had a few long nights. I'm like, I just need a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people.
Yeah.
People. I was like, I got to go see some.
Yeah.
See some action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely, everybody needs that. So.
And there was nowhere to go, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
And one place I like to go back in Dodge City is Timeout.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because I don't know many places.
There's none.
there. Yeah, that's probably the one.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think with the college scene here in town and the good diversity of people, I think you'll be in business for a very long time.
Oh yeah, especially the way Manhattan's growing.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or
Yeah,
let
where-
us know about? Or
Where can we find you? You just got a Facebook page back
Yeah.
up? Okay.
Yeah.
Just McGraw.
Oh yeah, we are not the crypto kings of man.
when I first saw that post, I was like, "What's he getting into?"
It's like daily. Hey
Oh,
man,
man.
what's going on? Have you completely lost your mind? No.
This isn't us. Yeah. Because I was like, I mean, maybe he did get into this, maybe
Yeah.
he did. And then you finally made a post. I was like, okay. I was like, because that's a weird venture.
I didn't even know it was happening because I try not to get on there too much.
Yeah.
that
Stay
makes
off
sense.
that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But we did get a new one started.
Okay, it's
McGraw's.
just McGraw's.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
right on.
cool. Facebook.
Right on. Other than that, come in. What, you still karaoke Thursday nights?
Yeah.
Not.
Food
I think
specials
bike night's
daily.
over for the
Yeah.
season.
We try to watch every Chiefs game here. We
Yeah.
have a lot of friends that come up for Chiefs games.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's super
This is
cool.
the best spot just to have
Jeff
a drink,
Gould,
have a burger.
he built it up the way it is. Generally people can bring in food. It's
Yeah.
just a chill atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've been in here on a Sunday, so
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
They built us up on Sundays. Them doing as well as
Yeah.
they have. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
the
pretty
Chiefs
cool.
are doing good, we're doing good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We suffered for a while. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it seems
Sundays
like
are hard.
looking back, you kind of everything just kind of happened without you really having to force anything to happen, like owning this place, keeping it going, all the
Slowly
innovation.
piece it together.
Yeah.
Just anything from the tile, the flooring, the chairs.
Yeah.
Just over time.
Just over time has all come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any piece of advice that you'd give anybody who is doesn't know what to do Kind of like how you were when you were 19 before you started doing this.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Have your certain surrounding of friends.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
they'll always support you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to hear this, but is the bar business dying? You know, it's the way it is, trying to get help.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
Like if you can hold on, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Honestly, getting anybody to work nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And you guys are open 7 days a week, right?
yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
cool.
That's pretty cool.
You don't find many
Jamie will
bars
come in
like that.
on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, because you're open all holidays too, right?
Teresa or somebody will be willing to come in on a Sunday or on a Christmas day.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
We may open later. We may not have the kitchen, but just
Right. But
for
come
the
on,
reg.
man.
Because I've been here some Thanksgivings. We'll come at 8 or 9 after Thanksgiving
Yeah.
dinner
Oh,
and
yeah,
have some
yeah.
drinks. Yeah.
I think we did last year.
I love
Everybody's
it.
tired of being with their family.
Exactly. That's
We need
exactly
some
what it
space.
is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Well, cool. That's probably
Yeah.
our signal to go. So cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you doing this.
You're
And
welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
keep it
you.
going.
I want to give a huge shout out to Nick and everybody here at MCGRAW'S. It's pretty awesome that you took time out of this busy day to just sit down with us and tell us more stories. So thank you, Nick. Thank you, MCGRAW'S. If you pass by, take a look up. Come join us.